What is happening, YouTube? How y'all doing today? It is Tuesday. Welcome to Tuesday. Appreciate y'all hanging out with me. My name is Joe, just your average Joe, hanging out here in the garage. Gonna go over some eBay sales. We got some comments to cover from the last video. Not a whole lot to go over today. I do have a little post office tidbit that I want to share with you guys that happened twice actually now, which is kind of crazy. But nonetheless, appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Again, my name is Joe. Been reselling on eBay full time for about 8 years, give or take, but been buying and selling stuff on eBay for 24, going on 25 years. Craziness. It's been since 2000, long time. But appreciate y'all hanging with me. Excuse me. We've got some comments to go over, and then we'll jump into sales. Not a whole ton of sales. Didn't quite hit goal, but I'm not complaining. eBay's been doing pretty well. Obviously, it's going to come to an end here soon, but so far so good. I have been putting stuff up. Yesterday, I put up like 20 items. This morning, I put up 4. I got a whole bin of controllers to go over or to put up on eBay, from Wii to Dreamcast, PS2, Xbox One. I mean, it's all sorts of controllers in there. I got a whole bin, probably 30 controllers or so that I got to get through today. At least that's my goal, is to get through those controllers today. And yeah, and that's what I got. I did a pickup this morning through Marketplace with actually, excuse me, it wasn't Marketplace, it was with Chris. Again, Chris, you've been hearing his name a lot lately. Chris put up on Marketplace. He didn't know I did newer stuff, so he put up an Xbox One S for $70. Actually, it was 75 is what he was asking. Normally, I sell them 500 gig for about 130 to 140. The 1 terabytes, 150, sometimes push 160. But I asked him if he would take 65. He said, yeah. So there you go. When we met up 7 minutes from my house, and I picked it up from him, and there's that. So I got that on the table. It's already been reset. It's been processed. Basically, it just needs to be wiped down. It still has, it's not quite up to my standard as far as being clean. So I do need to clean it up a little bit better. But it's pretty clean condition as far as overall condition. Just needs to get some of the grime and stuff off of it. Clean up the controller a bit, and it'll be. He's already reset it. I trust him 100%. He said he tested games in it. It's good to go. It actually came with a couple games as well. So I've already got some games ready to go bundled with it. That came with it. HDMI cable, power cable, all of it. So it's all wrapped up. All the cords are wrapped up and ready. He does the rubber bands around all his cords. I do zip ties, but I call it, very minimal processing time. No testing, because it's already been tested. I trust him 100%, and I'll get it up on eBay. If not today, tomorrow for sure. So yeah, so not too bad. Again, it's not a huge score, but $65. If I can squeeze out 130, 140, if I can squeeze 130, 140 out of it after fees, you're still talking about $60 in profit, give or take, which isn't a huge score, but it helps keep the wheel turning. You know what I mean? Every little thing keeps the world keeps it turning. And for minimal, 7, 14, 15 minutes round trip to pick it up, and probably 10 minutes of cleaning in it, I mean, I'm okay with $60 for it when it's all said and done. So anyway, that's just me. Not everybody wants to do that, or thinks that's a big, enough for them, or motivates them enough. It motivates me. I prefer to do a flip to 100 deal, obviously, but with Chris, that's not always going to be the case, because he's already put a little bit of work into it, and he's a reseller just like I am. So I'd imagine he probably picked up this unit for 40, and he squeezed $30 out of it, or $25 out of it. And now I'm going to squeeze another 60-ish bucks out of it. So he's happy. I'm happy. He gets stuff, and so he gets a lot of stuff. I'll just say that. Like I said, he used to own and operate a pawn shop. So he's got a lot of connections. He gets a lot of stuff, and he travels all over to get stuff. In fact, yesterday, we did a deal the day before yesterday, and he gave me the wrong bag. I didn't realize it. And so he said, "Oh, I'm up in another town, which is about 45 minutes from me. I'll do another deal, and then I got another one after that, and then tomorrow I got one back in Fayetteville, so we can meet up tomorrow." I was like, "Word, no problem." But I mean, this man travels, like, he does deals all over the place, man. Whether he's picking up or selling, within an hour and a half of my location, he's traveling constantly, and I don't do that. I don't go that hard. I make it convenient for myself. My pickup in my sell, the places where I sell and where I pick up are going to be 7-8 minutes from my house, up at a shopping center. And I will go up to Raleigh and do some deals when I'm traveling sometimes, and I will go out of my way if it's the right deal. But I don't hustle like he's there's all different levels, man, and he's got me beat. I'll just say that. But anyway, let's go ahead and get going for the day. We don't have a whole lot to go over. Let's start with comments. First comment up is the Home Depot house plant. First, Joe, I enjoy your videos, dude. Well, hey, first, like you got in first, huh? I like it. You got the first comment in. I like it. Well, the Home Depot house plant. I appreciate you commenting. I appreciate you hanging out. And hey, if I can do anything to help, let me reply to your comment real quick here. If I can do anything to help, I'm not sure if you actually resell or not, but it sounds like the Home Depot house plant. Sounds like you do some Home Depot stuff, house renovations, or you're maybe a DIYer, home DIY kind of guy. I wish I was that kind of guy. I'm not a DIY guy. I mean, I'll tinker and try to fix things that are broke, but I'm not the guy that's gonna have a vision and execute a whole deck or fire pit or whatever needs enhancement you want to do to your house. I'm not the guy that's going to do that DIY project. Now, if the dishwasher breaks, I'll fix it. If the refrigerator breaks, I'll open it up and try to tinker with it to figure out what's going on with it, and then I may have to pay a guy still to come out and fix it. But I'm the tinkerer. I'll try to fix things that are broke, but I'm not going to be proactive and build new things and do additions and all that kind of stuff, man. Like, I envy the folks that do that. Like, for example, my shelves in my garage, my wood shelves, my wife's grandfather, he's a whiz with wood, old school. He's just like a carpenter, but he never was a carpenter, but he knows how to do all that shit just off top of his head on a whim. He can just build anything. And I'm not that guy. And so he came over to help us, and I just kind of I assisted. I was his Vanna. I just assisted him while he did this. They grabbed me this, cut that, do this, whatever. I'm like, okay, I got you. I can do that easy stuff. But then when it all comes together and he puts it all up, I'm like, oh, that was pretty easy. I think I might be able to do that. Um, obviously shelves is easy. Decks, a whole nother level. And anyway, I'm just yeah. Like, I watched a dude yesterday do a whole new light switch. It just happened to be on my feed because my lights. It's weird, man. My light switch went out in my bonus room, and it's one works and the other doesn't. The upstairs one doesn't work. The downstairs one works. So I need to replace it. Well, just coincidentally, here's on my feed a dude that's redoing light switches, but he like upgrades it to like the fancy switch, the toggle switches, and he like cuts out a whole new square, and then he puts the new bracket in, and he puts the new switches in. Fair, easy, can do it. Then he's put spackle around this metal bracket. Then he sands it, and then he paints it. And I'm like, okay, fair. It's all not hard stuff, but I'm not that guy. I don't like it. Like, if it's broke, I'll replace the switch. But then I'm not going to go off doing a whole huge project. I don't know. I'm not that guy. I envy those that do. My wife's mom is that lady. She will take on a project and not to say I can't do them. I'm just don't enjoy doing projects and I guess enhancing stuff, making it even better than if whatever's here is broke, I'll fix it. Maybe I'll upgrade it every once in a while, but as long as it's not going to take too much to do. But otherwise, I'm good. Anyway, I'm rambling and just assuming that you're a home DIYer, and I'm off in left field like always. Anyway, thank you for commenting and hanging out. Let's keep it moving. Winston Wolf says, Joe, you're the man. Winston Wolf, you're the man for hanging, commenting, and helping support the channel. I appreciate you, man. Next one up is Erie Trader. Erie, I think it's been a while since you've commented, Erie Trader, I believe. I'm pretty sure you commented before. Another great video. Joe, congrats on another great weekend. Thank you. Yeah, Erie Trader, I was about to say, I'm pretty sure I remember seeing your comments before. Appreciate you, Erie Trader. Hopefully things are going good on your neck of the woods. Or in your neck of the woods. Phantom says, Joe, your Joe to wife, shut your face. Fades. Music cues, Angel and Sarah McLaughlin. That's hilarious. Yeah. We have that kind of relationship though. Me and her, we go way back. Me and my wife have been together for since 2000. ironically enough, that's when I met her father and started doing eBay for the first time was because of her father. Um, yeah, we started dating in 2000. So there's that. So you could kind of sort of say high school sweethearts, but not really because we didn't meet each. She met me in high school. I was going into my freshman year of college. I didn't know who she was in high school. She may have kind of known who I was, sort of, just through mutual friends, but I really didn't know who she was. And then her friends got us together. Actually, her friends, one of her good friends and one of my good friends were dating. And summer of me going to college is when they kind of introduced us, and here we are, 24 years later. So I think I picked a good one. I hope she feels the same way about me. Although we do get under each other's skin pretty good, but anyway, I think that's normal. I want to say. The Dark 25. Thanks, Joe. I remember that nugget about returns. I can't wait for the 6% fee to be gone, man. You ain't lying. I can't wait for my 5% fee to be gone, man. I cannot wait. So I'm there. I'm in the same boat with you. Yeah. I'll always, no matter what the reason is. In fact, me and Chris, my guy, we were just talking about that because he put so much stuff up in so many different places. Sometimes he'll get a sale on eBay when he actually sold it to somebody and off of eBay on another platform, whether it be Marketplace or I don't know where else he posts, but I know he posts on Marketplace. So he'll forget to take stuff down. So he was like, man, I took a hit, man. I was like, on eBay. And it was like, what happened? He was like, and I kind of guessed. I was like, you forgot to take something down, didn't you? And you sold it. And he was like, yeah, man. He was like, yeah. He's like, but I had to cancel it, And I was like, did you cancel it for buyer request so you don't get dinged? And he was like, yeah, man. He was like, I know how that game goes. I was like, absolutely. Cause I'm not trying to take a hit and pay higher fees. I was like, yeah. I was like, I'd rather take a negative feedback, honestly, every now and a blue moon when that happens. And that's if the customer is going to be, just an ass about it. I mean, if you send them a message, say, hey, I'm sorry, I didn't realize it. I had this cross listed and I forgot to take it down. My apologies. Most customers are pretty understanding, but there's going to be that one or two that are going to be like, oh, that's fucked up, blah, 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 and leave you negative feedback. And that is what it is. So in those rare occasions, you take the hit on the feedback versus taking a hit on the on the seller performance for not having inventory that's supposed to be there, because then eBay will end up coming at you and charging you more, like the Dark 25. So yes, I understand. My 5% is a little bit different. It's for the returns, bullshit, but still, it's still the extra 5%, and yours is 6%, and it's all just BS, man. Yeah, I can't wait for us to be pocketing that extra percentage instead of eBay taking it, because man, I'll be honest with you, I've probably given eBay a 5 extra percent for the past like 6 months now, not at least 3 months or so, 3-4 months. I've been giving eBay an extra 5% of all my sales, and that's including taxes, shipping. That's the final number, which is BS. That's a whole nother conversation, but that's the whole number that they're taking that extra 5% off of. It's bullshit. It's bull. It's crap, and there's no way to dispute it. None. Even though I can prove that half of the returns were bullshit and the buyer selected the wrong category, so therefore now I get dinged and y'all take 5% more from me. Like, that should be a class action lawsuit. That should have enough weight to have a class action lawsuit on it. I just have to have enough people, right, to have the same issue, and then have a bunch of money to pay a lawyer, right? But I'm telling you, man, that's like class action lawsuit kind of bullshit right there. Like, how can eBay charge me an extra 5% and not give me the opportunity to dispute the return reasons by the customer, and it just be that black and white? There's no gray, there's no dispute, there's no nothing. Like, so if the customer picks the wrong option for the return, and thus negatively impacts my account, thus eBay then taking an extra 5% off of that category, and there's no dispute for that period. Come on, man. So you're taking my money just for taking my money when customers are putting some BS return reasons. Anyway, we're going to keep it moving. We can go under that. That's a whole nother rabbit hole to go through, but we ain't going there. All right. Phantom says, Joe, Strut Gold Nintendo N64, the Nintendo Power 100 N64 controller. Yes. Nice pickup. Definitely worth keeping in the collection. Keep killing it with those marketplace deals, man. They don't come across too often, but when they do, I try. I'm on Marketplace way too much, man. I feel like I live on Marketplace. Like, any waking moment, if I haven't checked it in 30 minutes, man, I'm on it again. And when I want to miss something because I haven't been on it, I get mad. I'm like, no, are you kidding me? And it shows under the recently sold, and you're like, are you kidding me? I wasn't on for 30 minutes and that got posted and I didn't see it. Anyway, somebody also mentioned in one of the reply comments about the Retro Rick. I didn't see it. I don't know why it's not populating, but somebody had commented. If you want to let me know who it was, about Retro Rick, or I'm sorry, Chase After the Right Price, just finding the gold N64 exclusive controller from E3 from like 1997 or something. That's a different controller. That one, there's only like 25 of them out there. The Nintendo Power 100 controllers, from what I understand, it was a promo they did with Nintendo Power Magazine that you had to send in, and only like the top first, I don't know, 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, 10,000. I don't know how many there are. I didn't actually look up how many and all that and go down that rabbit hole. But I know X amount of people, based on the send-ins from Nintendo. You had to be a Nintendo Power subscriber, and then you send in for it, and which most people didn't. And then from there, they sent out the first, I don't know, 10,000 that they had, and after that, that was it. I mean, again, don't quote me on the number. I don't know if any of y'all know. Let me know. But anyway, so that controller is super rare, also because you couldn't just buy it; it had to be submitted through Nintendo Power. So that's what makes that one so. And then it's got the Nintendo Power stamp on it, which is pretty cool. That makes it cool. I don't know why. I just think it's cool. I'm a nerd. But anyway, Phantom, appreciate you. And then Mark says, is your Ring camera subscription doubling also? And if so, are you going to get Google camera? Well, I have no idea. I haven't gotten any communication about my bill. So I'm not sure, Mark. Now you've got me thinking, should I need to go check Ring and if they're going to be increasing my rates? So not sure on that one. And I don't know if I'll go to Google or if I'll keep the Ring. I have the Ring already, so I'd imagine I'll probably just keep it depending on what the price is. But to be honest, hopefully I'm not getting sick. I thought about doing like a third party. Like, I don't do a lot of the stuff that Ring offers. I just need it to like record for X amount of time, so that way I can always go back to it if I need to for like a day. And I want to have access to it real time. And like, you can get third party generic non-subscription doorbells that do that just have a micro SD card in them, and it just loops. So after like 20 hours, it basically records up to the 20-hour limit, and then it basically starts over, deletes everything. Well, it deletes the last interval and then records over, and then it just keeps looping itself out over a 20-hour time period. So if something happens, as long as I get to it within 20 hours, I can go back and look at it. So I may just cancel my Ring, sell my Ring, and then buy me a little third-party SD card type deal, like 4K or whatever, and do that, because that's all I really need. In fact, I was thinking about getting another camera. In fact, I'm probably going to do this. My floodlight and back, and then my camera, my light here. I didn't realize they made the cameras that actually screw into your light bulb outlet. We don't really use our lights out front very much, if ever. And if I need one, I just really need the one that's over here. The one over here, I got my porch light on this side of the house. So I was thinking about getting just a screw-in camera, and their Wi-Fi. They hook up straight to your Wi-Fi. The power's already there because the power's coming from your outlet for the light. And then it turns, goes up, down, turns. Like, I'm like, man, that's some high. That's, you know what? I'm gonna get me one of those. In fact, my wife asked me what I want for Christmas. You know what? I need to tell her, get me one of those, and then get one for the back as well. And then I can have them all synced up, and then just pop them, look at them through my phone. So, which is nice, and have them on the constant loop, where it's at least a 20-hour or so loop, to where I can always go back and look at it if need be. So, yeah, I may go that route, and the hell with Google and Ring. Why give them subscription money? For what? Like, I get alerts that say my dog's lost on Ring. I don't care. Like, I mean, I care, but I mean, it's like they're 3 neighborhoods away, or fucking 3, 4, 5 miles away, because I'm in the network of the same location, sorta. I get all these alerts through Ring. I've actually but I should just turn them off. But anyway, yeah. So if it does go up and double, I'm probably going that route. I'm for sure going to get the one for my front and the back, because it's just too easy to plug them in through the light thing, and they're waterproof and all that. Man, that's too easy. So no wiring, no nothing. Hooks right up to Wi-Fi. Got an app for it. Boop, boop, boop. Yeah. Anyway, all right. So last comment. Appreciate you, the Mark commenting. So sales, not much, man. 5 sales for 177.47. Not much popping. A lot of smalls. A lot of smalls. In fact, I just put these the two up were two Switch games. So let's go ahead and grab the Switch games. I just got these on the last deal. In fact, they might be they're in my house actually, except for Dance Dance. Not Dance Dance. Just Dance. There you go. Let me go get the other two real quick. So Just Dance 2020 sold for $15 free shipping. 15 free shipping. Let me actually grab the other stuff while I'm here. A Xbox. I forget what the storage is on it. It's on there. Xbox 360, 500 gig external hard drive. Sold for $45 plus shipping. So that's the 500 gig. That came in a bundle, and so you can't go wrong for $45 plus shipping on that. And then a camera, Sony CyberShot, cheap one, not an expensive one. Sony CyberShot. I think it's just the camera. If I'm not mistaken. Yep, just the camera. Oh, this is for parts. If it was working, it's not. It's like a $50, $60 camera, but it's parts and repair. It does power on, but it like shutters on the screen or something. I forget what it was. But that sold for $15 plus shipping on that one. And then let me go get. In fact, let me go get the whole thing of stuff I put up yesterday. Hold on. Hold up. Wait a minute. This is all the stuff I put up yesterday, so I need to incorporate it into my inventory anyway. So hey, we'll do that on camera because I'm pretty much done. PS, let's grab these real quick. Mario Kart, man. I wish I had 1,000 copies of Mario Kart, and I'd buy them for $25 a pop because these mofos sell like hotcakes. $36 plus shipping on that one. I'd make $10 a pop on them because they move like no other. Animal Crossing sold for $35 plus shipping, and that's it. That was it. Those are the sales. I'm gonna incorporate this stuff real quick. So this is just a bunch of games I put up yesterday. Just putting all this stuff in with my inventory. Got some complete inbox games. Mario's and 007 and that kind of stuff. Mario 2. You know what? I've got this. We're gonna put this stuff in here. The complete inbox stuff. Complete inbox Game Boy. I figured I'm gonna put that in here. All right, let's put this stuff in here. In fact, let's put all this complete inbox stuff in here. I think there's enough room. This Narnia needs to go, and so does NFL Quarterback Club. Needs to go. Needs to get sold. Get up out of here. All right, so that's all complete inbox stuff. Will it fit there? Yes, it will. Perfect. All right, so there's that. I got manuals, a bunch of manuals. That I put in as a lot. Let me just put these here. Good deal. Super Nintendo cartridge stuff. I don't sell a lot of cartridge stuff, but because these had the manuals, I went ahead and put them up. So, like I said, I don't normally put a bunch of cartridge stuff up. You guys know that if you've been with me a while. I'm gonna lay these here. Let them sit there for now. And then same thing with these. These can go in that other bin, that little box. So organization, I kind of do it off category. There's some stuff that's not category, but pretty much I do it off a category. So like it's a method to my madness, but there's really no method to my madness. So like, there's miscellaneous stuff. Like this bin is miscellaneous. This bin's miscellaneous. These two bins are Xbox. This is PlayStation 3 and 4. Handhelds. Shelf space is also a lot of it's miscellaneous. The top shelves are usually video game systems. Over here is just obviously I can see it. It's on the shelf, clothes. It's just a bundle of army stuff that I've got in is a lot, so it's just sitting there. Glassware, just boxes of just miscellaneous like cordage and odds and ends. Actually a system. Come over here, shoes, miscellaneous stuff on the shelves, controller box, a PS4, Nintendo box, like Switch and Wii, miscellaneous electronics, miscellaneous collectibles. Just on the bottom is just kind of miscellaneous or systems as well. Other side is kind of the same setup. I've got 2 racks of clothes and another rack, actually 3 racks of clothes, 2 bins here full of clothes. That's kind of my method to my madness. It's not probably the best way to do it, but it's more category driven is my method. So I usually have at any given time 600 items, give or take, in the store. So it works. I'd imagine if I was, over 1,000 items, I'd still be fine, but I'd imagine the higher you get, pushing over 1,000 would probably need to clean it up a bit and make it a little bit more organized. But with 600 items, I find it still pretty easy to navigate through stuff. Do I lose something from time to time or can't find something from time to time and it take me 2-3 minutes, 4 minutes to find it? Yeah, it happens occasionally, but more often than none, I pretty much know based on category where things are at and where I put it. And so, it works. And 9 times out of 10, it's quick and easy. So, and painless. Anyway, that's all I got for you guys. You know what? We're at 27 minutes. I'm going to pack with you too. How about that? Why not? Why not pack with y'all too? You know what? We're going to pack. I got a super easy pack day. We're going to go ahead and pack. So, the post office story. Yeah, there we go. I can pack while I give you the post office story. So the post office story. So I had a Olympus camera that was lost in transit. I shipped it out like September 30th. And the guy opened up a thing saying he never got it. And I opened up a thing with the post office and I ended up getting the check from the post office, and I never went back and refunded the guy. I totally, it just again, it just, so much time had elapsed. And so September 30th, October, November, I want to say like mid-November is when he asked me, or early November when he asked me, hey, where's my item? So about a month, maybe a week went by. And I was like, oh man, I'm not sure. Let me open up a claim with the post office because it must be lost. So obviously, normally typically the plan is I do the claim with the post office and I just refund them. Well, he never actually opened up a case. He just messaged me. So I just totally forgot about it. Usually when you get the cases, they remind you that it's still open and things like that. Well, I never got a reminder. So I went ahead and submitted a thing with the post office to get my money back. And, you just innocently forget about stuff as time goes on and whatnot. Weeks go by and you don't even think about it anymore. Well, I end up getting a check through the post office and I'm like, okay, cool. Meant to go back and refund him and check the item and just never had a chance to. Just didn't, for whatever reason, just forgot to go back and, life gets busy, whatever. Well, yesterday, so this is all going to add up and make sense in a minute. So yesterday, I had another customer that I want to say October something, October mid to late October, I want to say late October, opened up a case for a game that, again, same thing, missing, nowhere to be found. So I'm like, okay, now he actually opened up a case. So for, item haven't received my item yet. And I was like, okay, well, let's give it more time. I've seen this happen before, blah, 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 this, that, and the third. because it does, and it happens regularly. And so I was just like, let's be patient, give it some time. And he was cool with it. He was like, no problem. So time went. Then he's messaged me again, said, hey, still haven't gotten it. And there was no movement on the tracking. And now it had been like a month and a half. Again, same kind of situation from the camera. So I was like, okay. But he messaged me through the case for item not received. And he didn't ask eBay to step in. We were just waiting. So I was like, well, let me do a thing with the post office to try to find the package, because you can do those lost package claims or whatever. And I was like, let's give another week or so and see what happens with that. And nothing ever happened. And hadn't heard a thing from him. Now, mind you, it's been probably three weeks now, maybe even a month, 3 weeks or so, give or take, since that last communication. I get a message yesterday from eBay saying your item has been delivered for this case. And I'm like, so I look at it and I'm like, oh shit, okay, cool. The game finally delivered 2 months later. So, all right, good deal. So then it dawned on me, and let me backtrack real quick before I keep going. I had already opened up a claim with the post office for the camera and got my money back because they sent me a check. And I had already opened up a claim with the post office for the video game and had already gotten a refund and gotten my check from them. I just forgot to refund the customers in both instances. Well, again, the customer got the game 2 months later. It delivered, so which it delivered yesterday because I got the communication yesterday about it, which made me go back and remember all of this. So so I was like, okay, cool, well, good. I'm glad I got my money back. Like, I don't know, I had just gotten the check for it too. Like, literally, I deposited it. What's today? Tuesday. I deposited the check Friday. So I just hadn't had a chance. I meant to go back at some point to refund the buyer. Yeah, what would have happened is I would have forgot, but the buyer would have if he had not gotten his item, he would have communicated again, and I'd have been like, oh, no problem, let me refund your money, done. Is what would have happened. But the plan was to get him refunded because I got the check Friday. I deposited it yesterday, actually, or Sunday. I deposited it. What day is today? Today's Tuesday, right? Yes, yeah. So I did the mobile deposit Sunday, because I got the check, I think, Saturday, actually. And so anyway, I get the communication yesterday that it delivered, and I was like, that fucking ironic that I just got the check from the post office and then it got delivered. So once the post office issues the check, case is closed. They don't care. So I was like, woo, $18, and the guy got his game, and then I was like, there's that camera from back in September. Let me go back on that one and check. So I go back to that one. I check it. Now, mind you, like I said a minute ago, I had already got paid. I got a check mailed out to me for that one already. Meant to refund the guy, but just never remember to go back because we never actually had a case open, and he never replied and sent me a message back. I understand why. It delivered like 3 weeks ago. Like 2 months and some change after the original ship date, it finally delivered to him too. Man, post office. So in other words, I got my money for the transaction, and I got a check from the post office, and the customers got their items 2.5 months later. Look, it's a win-win. I'll take it. But yeah, wild, man. The post office, I mean, I'm not complaining, but the post office got to get it together, man. Yeah. Anyway, so that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Wild. It was just like, what is going on around here, post office? I will take, because trust me, they've denied me on cases before that should have been approved, and so I just kind of look at it as karma back on the post office. That's karma back on them at that point. So I kind of like, that's how I feel about it. But yeah, so there's that. So I had to share that because I was like, man, it all kind of came together yesterday. And I was sitting on the couch and was like, oh shit, the game delivered like 2.5 months later. And then I was like, let me check that camera, because I was going to refund him. That was my plan yesterday, was let me go ahead and refund that guy, but let me check to see if it delivered first. Sure enough, it showed delivered. I was like, well, then I guess I'll need to refund him. And I already got my check from the post office. So there's that. Let's see, Animal Crossing. So yeah. Fun time, post office. Get it together, man. That's why you're losing money. taking forever to deliver stuff, get stuff lost, pay out claims, and then end up delivering the shit. Kills me, man. Killing me, Smalls. You gotta do better. I mean, I'm not complaining, but gotta do better. All right, that's pretty much it. Easy peasy. Ship date today. Let me update these weights. Go to 4 and 4. Excuse me. 8, 8, 4. $22. Too easy. Use old Dymo printer. The old Dymo printer. Spit these bad boys out. Print. Bang. Get them out of here. Let me make sure I got no comments pop through while we were live. Nope. All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, Bradley, first one up. First contestant on The Price is Right, Bradley. Second one up, and third one up, Ben. Good old Ben, getting that Xbox hard drive. He needs some storage. Francisco must fix cameras. The thing that burns me up is when people return the stuff that was parts and repair. Again, going back to not reading and selecting the wrong category for returns. I'm worried about a PlayStation 2, that one that I shipped out yesterday. I'm worried about that one because I was very clear in the description, but I'm worried that it's going to come back for not working or something, and I'm going to be like, it says it in the description. It does work. So I'm that one. I have a sneaking suspicion that one's going to come back on me and bite me. It works. Like I said yesterday, it takes about 30 seconds to a minute for it to load and recognize a game. And I articulated that in details in the description. And I put read in the title. And if it's scratched up, it probably ain't going to read the disc. So, and I put that in the description as well because I tested like probably 10 different discs in that thing. It took me like 20 minutes because it takes a minute to just load up every disc. So it took me, 15 minutes. But anyway, I tested it thoroughly. It loads. It just takes a while. And it can't be scratched up or it ain't loading. But I have a feeling that one's going to come back and they're going to say it doesn't work. And, are you kidding me? So anyway, we'll see. Y'all are all on the journey. We'll see how it goes. But and then I'm gonna get dinged, and then I'm gonna have to call eBay and be like, "This is bullshit. It's bullshit. It's in the description, and they're returning it for the reason that it does work." Anyway, so hopefully they read it. Hopefully they understood. Hopefully they're maybe gonna tinker with it and have or just use it as is and be cool with it or mod it or something. I don't know, but hopefully I don't hear nothing back from that one. Yeah, there's that. So anyway, which I shouldn't because I was very thorough in my description on it. So there's that. But anyway, people don't read is the problem a lot of times. So but that's all I got for y'all. Enjoy the rest of your day. Appreciate y'all hanging out with me. From start to finish, we are ready to roll and done for the day, at least for this part. I've got my football helmet stuff to do, and I've got more stuff to put up on eBay, that whole bin of controllers I need to get up. So make sure you're listing because we're still in shopping season. That's for sure, at least for another 5-7 days ish. 5 to 7 days. What's today? What does the dates fall on? I would say till about middle of next week is when it'll stop. 17th and 18th. So we got about a week still because you still got basically if people shop on the 18th and it takes 5 days, 5 business days for delivery, 1, 2, weekend 3. Okay, maybe not. That'd be pushing it. So maybe like the 17th ish. So 17th, 18th, the dumb customers are going to go all the way to the 18th. But anyway, yeah. So 17th-ish before we're going to start to see things kind of slow down probably. So anyway, we got 7-ish days. Keep pounding, man. Keep grinding. Keep putting stuff up. That's what I'm going to be doing. So, and if it doesn't sell before Christmas, then it'll be here for after Christmas and it'll just sit for longer because that's just how that goes. And eBay's eBay. So we all know how that is. But enjoy the rest of your day, everybody. Enjoy your Tuesday. We'll see y'all back tomorrow. Assuming we have sales, I'll be here tomorrow. Have a wonderful rest of your day, folks. Make sure you subscribe and like anything you watched on the channel. If you enjoy just hanging out or you got any nuggets from this, Make sure you subscribe, like, and drop comments. I love the comments. I like y'all pulling stuff out of me. I ramble, but I think a lot of times, well, maybe not a lot of times, but I think occasionally when I ramble about stuff, it helps people. It helps other people that are just watching, that don't comment, that are like just around, your newer resellers. They're like, oh, I didn't realize that, because you guys asked a comment that actually pertained to reselling, and you're able to pull some stuff out of me through my experience, and I was able to touch on it, and it just kind of helps the wheel and helps everybody. So drop those comments. From what size tape do you use, to how you organize, to taxes, to where do you source. I don't care what kind of questions you have. Drop them questions, or comments. If you don't like something or you like something, drop comments, or let me know how you're doing on your neck of the woods, what you're selling, what your niche is, how your sales are going, what deal you just did that was an amazing deal. I like to hear it. So I like to share it. So anyway, enjoy the rest of the day, everybody. We'll see you all tomorrow.